Hi. Today I would like to talk about why positivity doesn't work. There are many people working on positivity, working on affirmations, trying to be positive. And I've been working on affirmations, and I have been there myself. I have been trying to be positive for a long time, because when I started breathwork, I started with a teacher who was teaching positivity, and I thought being positive was a nice thing. And when I looked at her, I would see that she was, positive most of the time, and loving most of the time, kind to people, especially during trainings. She was nice and kind and loving and with compassion and all of that. And I thought positivity was possible until I started working with her and I started seeing her in real life. Positivity is not only not possible, it's not possible. The more you try to be positive, the more negativity you will have, because of the laws of the universe. Because there's a law in the universe which is called the law of polarity. Everything on the molecular level has negative and positive. When you look at a molecule, when you look at an atom, it has the positive and negative, neutral and electron and proton. And that's why we all have positive parts and negative parts in our humanity. And when we experience both, so when I'm not only loving, and also when I love and hate at the same time, when I'm positive and negative at the same time, when I'm stressed and relaxed at the same time, I'm balanced and I keep myself balanced, I'm neutral. But the more I try to be positive, the more negativity I bring in my life, I bring in my system. And I thought positivity was possible, like I said, until I saw one of her phone calls to one of her daughters, and she literally got crazy. And I'm a person who do not most of the time experience stress with my family, with my kids. Somehow I'm much more relaxed with my kids, and I don't remember a time when I raised my voice and I was really enraged and furious and shouting at them. I don't remember a time. I have my older daughter, 18 years old, the younger one, 10. I don't remember a time when I shouted at them or told words like I heard from her. And there I understood that if you try to be positive, the negativity you create in your system gets more and more, and it gets to a point where you can't handle that anymore. And then I started researching on it, then I started thinking about it, then I started looking at people who were teaching positivity. They were the most negative people I ever met. It's crazy. The people who talk about positivity is the most negative people ever. When you stay with them 24 hours a day, when you experience them 24 hours a day, you see that there's nothing as being positive, because we are humans. The more you try to be positive, the more you become negative. So that's why I teach balance. And the times when I was trying to be positive were the times of my life when I had more problems than I ever did. It was, I think, 18 years ago, when I first started this whole positive thing. It lasted around 3 to 4 years, and it literally ruined my whole life. It ruined my relationships, my family relationships, my business, wealth, health, everything got worse. The more I tried to be positive, and I used methods to be positive, and breathwork was one of them. I would keep myself high all the time, telling people, we are getting high on your own fuel. I would feel high. And as I teach in most of my seminars and trainings, if you breathe deep, and if you breathe consciously and deeply throughout the day, because you keep yourself in a hypocapnic state, you numb yourself. So even if you have some negative feelings, you don't see them because you're numb. It's kind of like a psychiatric pill you take. So I was doing that. I did that for almost 4 years. I took pills called breathing, deep breathing. Consciously, I was breathing every day, and consciously, I was deeply breathing every day. I was going into hypocapnia. I was feeling numb but high. So I had this highness, and I didn't care about anything, and life was good. I was feeling positive. But when I started looking into my life, when I started looking at my life, I started seeing that I had more problems than I ever had. I had more problems in my relationships. I didn't have any money problems until that time. I started having money problems for the first time in my life. I started having problems with my family. It got worse and worse, and we came to a point where my mother and father didn't want to talk with me anymore, and it was the first time in my life something like that was happening. I got divorced, and my relationship with my older daughter got worse, so I literally saw my life going like this when my mind and my energy was going like this. So it's kind of like the more I created this environment of fake positivity, the more negative I got, and I realized that's not it. And I'm thankful, I'm grateful that I have been meditating throughout the whole process, because there are some people who are still in that positive illusion. I don't get it how people stay there for 20 years, 30 years, but there are people who have been staying there for 20 years, 30 years, not seeing what they're doing to your life, and not seeing they're looking for something, searching for something that's impossible. It's just impossible. Consciousness and raising your awareness is something else. When you raise your awareness, and when you're in the executive mind, when you're in the higher consciousness, we can call miracle consciousness, you are not a positive person. You're a whole human being with equal positive and equal negative. And only then, only when you're not running away from your humanity, only when you accept your whole humanity all together at once, then you are awake and you're in the executive mind and you are real. Life doesn't go the way you want, you are pissed. And period. You cannot accept that, you do not have the capacity to accept that, and the more you're trying to accept that, the worse it gets. I'm a person, I do get angry at myself when I gain weight. Everybody's like that. And you're just living in an illusion that you don't get angry. You do. I'm a person who gets angry. I'm a human being. I am a person who gets angry at herself when she loses her health, when she loses money, when she does mistakes, of course. And that anger serves me perfectly. In every training, for the past 18 years, in every training I ever led, in any lecture I gave, in any professional training I did, I've been finding mistakes. I've been getting angry at myself for those mistakes, and I've been deliberately and elegantly accepting my anger for myself, which is perfect. Why? Because that anger serves me. I love it. Of course, not liking myself when I do mistakes is perfect. I accept not loving myself sometimes, and real acceptance is that. If you try to love yourself the whole time, which is not human at all, you will end up being an angry person. If you let go of your need to love yourself the whole time, if you let go of your need to be positive all the time, you will just be a human being and you'll just be okay with myself. I'm a person who's okay with myself, okay with herself. I'm okay along the way. Sometimes I'm angry at myself, perfect, it serves. Sometimes I love myself, perfect, it serves. Sometimes I don't love myself, perfect, it serves. So many people think, especially when people are successful and when people start leading others, and I've been a leader for almost 18 years now. I have a whole group of breath coaches around the world, and I lead seminars and groups and do lectures and trainings for people who don't yet know me. They look at that person and they think they applaud or they like everything they do. I'm a person who doesn't like everything I do. And that's why I've been succeeding in what I do. If I was a person who said, I love you no matter what you do, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I do not love everything I do, and that's perfect. That helped me grow. If I was faking it, and if I stayed in the illusion, and I was in that illusion many years ago, I'm not telling you like I was never in that illusion. I was in that illusion. I was trying to love myself the whole time. I was trying to be positive the whole time. And what happened was, I was trying to accept everything I did. I was like, okay, it's okay, you know. You ruined your relationship, it's okay, you know. You gained weight, it's okay. I still love you, you know. You lost your health, it's okay. You don't talk to your mother and father, it's okay, darling. I was in that illusion. And what happened was, it went on and on and on, and my relationships and everything got worse. If you tell yourself, it's okay, you failed, it's okay, you will keep on failing. If you stop doing that and become real, first be real to yourself. Accept the fact that when you fail, you don't like it. Why should you like it? You're a human being and you want to grow. You don't want to fail. And every time you fail, you get pissed. And every time that happens, that's a lesson. Every time I'm angry at myself, I learned something. I grew into it. Every time I hated myself for doing something, I grew. Every time I hated myself for doing something that doesn't serve my relationship, my marriage, I grew in that relationship, I grew in that marriage. Why? Because I hated myself for doing that, I didn't do it again. I learned my lesson, done. People, because they're trying to love themselves, don't grow. If you love yourself all the way, you can't grow and you can't succeed in all areas of your life. So I've been in that game, I've been in that illusion, you know. I woke up very quickly because I was meditating. That's why I'm still teaching meditation. Because I stayed on and on and on with myself every morning and every evening, I was able to see what was happening to my life, what was happening to myself. And now I only teach being real. If you would like to be a real human, which means having the capability of using your 100% potential, that's what I teach. Because unless you love and hate, judge and accept, relax and stress, you won't achieve your goals. Once I get you there, once you're a real human being, once you accept everything that's happening, like I said, it's not accepting the mistakes, it's accepting the fear of mistakes. It's the acceptance of your hate towards yourself. It's the acceptance of you know, getting pissed. You do sometimes get pissed, it's okay. You don't have to be this positive, illusionary thing. You're a human being, it's okay. And it's a present. All the emotions, and then you start realizing all the emotions we have, everything about humanity is a present. It's a gift. And then you start being grateful for who you are. And everything starts changing in your life. So I don't teach positivity anymore because it doesn't work. It never did. I was there for many years. I've seen many people in that illusion, and I see their lives don't work. And that's why I teach being real, being a real human being, and that only works. Thank you for listening.